I am sure that there is a sign somewhere in the backstage area of Halloween Horror Nights that says that you are not allowed to spill, throw, drop any type of liquid at any guest for any reason. What's going on, everybody? Mark Conway with your MHN Horror Fact of the Day. Today concludes our week of Halloween Horror Nights facts. And today's fact is on the old Nickelodeon green slime. But before I get to that fact, if you could be so awesome to stab that like button, smash that subscribe, and click that little dingy bell to be notified every time we drop amazing content right here on MHN. Now back to the fact. Back in 1991, the performers of Dungeon of Terror Haunted House were able to add their own little spin on what they did to scare guests. Unfortunately, that kind of put a nix to that rule. That's what led later to the years of actually having the ghoul school, so there's a little bit of a standard of scaring people. But one time somebody got a little overzealous and dumped the good old-fashioned green slime from Nickelodeon Studios. Because back then, Nickelodeon Studios was actually headquartered at Universal Studios, Florida.
Nickelodeon Studios at Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida.
To say the guest was upset would be a massive understatement. That incident led to a no interaction, no touching or anything of the guests in any way, shape, or form, and the rest is history. I know some guests would have been pissed, man, but, you know, being an old Nickelodeon fan, I would have been honored. There's a lot of people that would be lucky to be slime like you. So ungrateful. And that has been your horror fact of the day and the conclusion to our wonderful week of Halloween Horror Nights facts. But I do have a comments challenge for you. This is more like sharing a really cool story. Have you ever seen a haunt actor interact with a guest in a way that they probably shouldn't have? Or maybe the experience happened to you. Tell us all about it. I, of course, will pick the very best comment, and that person will choose a future topic for a future episode of MHN Horror Fact of the Day. Thank you so much for hanging out this week. It was a lot of fun. And I will see all of you next week. Yeah, man, like haunted houses were way more extreme back in the day. I mean, like, now you gotta sign waivers and shit because everyone's so happy. But man, there were some stories. There's been some crazy things. My aunt, at the DePaul haunted house in Chicago in the 80s. It wasn't the 70s, it was the 80s. Got fucking taken, kidnapped by a bunch of witches, and they chained her in a room. My Uncle Brian had to fucking knock the damn door down to get in there, which is insane. My dad. My dad was also in a haunted house, I think in Lyons, Illinois, and Mr. Skeletor guy actually grabbed him on the shoulder and grabbed him hard. So my dad turned around and fucking gave him a right hook. Oh, they were not happy with him. The guy pulled off his mask like, "What the hell, man? It's just a haunted house." He's like, "You touch me, I touch you." And they banned him for life. Although I don't think that haunted house lasted that long. But yeah, my family's got a really interesting history with haunted houses.